Bonjour, Yesavan, and welcome to week 12 of distance learning. Today we are going to complete lesson 6, which is, as you can see here, I can design a video to describe my school and future plans. So today we are finally starting our term 3 project. And as you can see, we're going to spend 2 lessons, so 2 weeks, working on that project. So let's have a look together. Okay, so as I was saying, today and next week you're gonna work on creating a video to describe your school and your future plans. So attached to today's lesson, you will find a PDF document where everything is mentioned for this term 3 project. You will have the objectives, you will have some criteria, you will know more about the vocabulary that you can use for this project. You're going to self-assess, of course, before submitting your project, and you will have more information about the deadline. So make sure that you read this PDF document really carefully before going to the next slide. I've put a picture here also, so that it may be easier for you to have a look. Now that you've seen and read this PDF carefully, you know that you have to create a video to describe your school and future plans. Let me remind you that you need to speak. It's a speaking project. You will be assessed on your French speaking skills. So obviously you're going to do some writing to prepare your work, but then for the final project that you will submit to me or to your French teacher, you will need to speak in French. So let's have a look at the different steps to create this amazing French video of yours. Step 1, you will need to organize your ideas and your French vocabulary first. So what do I mean? I have put here a mind map with the 5 past lessons that we've done in French. So our main topic is my school and future plans. That's the topic of your French video. Now, what do we mean by my school and future plans? Well, there are 5 things that you will need to include in your video. First thing is school subjects. You're going to mention a few school subjects that you study in your school. So for the top box here, school subjects, on a piece of paper or on a Word document or PowerPoint or Google Slide, the choice is yours, but I would like you to write about 5-10 vocabulary in French that you would like to use for these subtopic school subjects. It can be school subjects, it can be opinion, it can be adjectives to describe the school subjects. That is up to you, but I would like you to have about 5-10 vocabulary for these topic school subjects. Then when we talk about my school and future plans, we talk about teachers. So I would need you to have about, again, 5 or 10 words in French that you would like to use in your video to talk about your teachers. Then we have school uniform, same idea, school uniform, school rules, and future jobs. For each subtopic, I would like you to have 5 to 10 French words that you would like to use in your video. Okay, so take the time. This is an important step for your video. This is where you're going to research and look at the main keywords that you're going to use for your video. So take the time. When you're done with step 1, you can go to the next slide. Okay, let's continue. For our step 2, you will need to create your full sentences. And these are the sentences that you will read out and record to put in your French video. So I've put here 4 tips or advice for you to create amazing sentences in French. Take the time to read it first before starting to write your sentences. We're going to have a look together now, but I want you to make sure that you read these top tips first before we do together. On the next slide, we look at a few sentence starters. Okay, so as you know from the PDF document, you have a checklist and you have a checklist about the topics that you need to include in your video, but you also have a grammar checklist about the structures and the elements that I want you to include in your video. So I've put most of them here and we're going to look at them together. The first thing that you're going to use a lot in this video is opinions. So I've put here on the first box 3 positive opinions. J'aime, j'adore, je préfère. I like, I love, I prefer. You're going to use these a lot. And I've also put two negative sentences, opinions. Je n'aime pas, je déteste. I don't like, I hate. You're going to use these for school subjects, teachers, your uniform, maybe different jobs. You can use them in different topics. Now, as you know, when we start giving opinions, what is even better is to justify these opinions. So that's my box 2, justifying opinions in French. You have car c'est or parce que c'est. You know now that both these expressions mean because it is. Because it is. And then you're going to continue this sentence with adjectives. So I've put 4 positive adjectives. Utile, intéressant, fantastique, super. That are useful, interesting, fantastic, and great. So you could say, for example, j'aime le français car c'est intéressant. I like French because it's interesting. So if you want to give a positive opinion, if you want to justify for a negative opinion, you could use the words nul, ennuyeux, or stupide. So nul is rubbish, ennuyeux, boring, stupide, stupid. Okay, so you could say, je déteste le français parce que c'est stupide. You could say that, okay, we won't be offended. This is your opinion and we'll respect it. Okay, so using opinions, justifying opinions, that's for different topics, as I mentioned. Now, to link your ideas together, it's nice to use connectives, okay, to make your sentences longer or to organize your paragraph a bit more. I have 3 positive connectives, et, aussi, de plus, and also, moreover. And I have 2 negative connectives, mais and cependant. But, however, try to use them one each minimum, okay? So it's 5 words that you can use in your recordings that are really nice, that will make your paragraphs better. Then you will have to talk about your future jobs or your future plans or your future aspirations. And if you remember that from last week, we've seen some future tense expressions that I've put here. It would be amazing to see at least one of these future tense expressions. So you could start your sentence with dans le futur, in the future, and then to say what jobs you'd like to be doing, you could say je serai, I will be, or je voudrais être, I would like to be. Or you can also use a negative sentence saying je ne serai pas, I will not be. Je ne serai pas policier. I will not be a police officer, for example. Okay? So box 4 here is for you to use future tense in your sentences. Now, the other expressions I wanted to remind you about is when describing your uniform, you will need to use either je porte, I wear, or je ne porte pas, I do not wear. These are the expressions that we've looked at, so I would like you to include them. A last reminder about clothes and colors or adjectives. Remember that it is different from English. To say black trousers, you would say trousers black. Remember, the color comes after. If you want to say a gray um, a gray shirt, you will say a shirt gray, une chemise grise. Okay, remember when you do the bit about describing your uniform, remember the order. Okay, now this is extra because we haven't seen this together, but I wanted you to have a look at that. You could start your video by saying the name of your school and when and where your school is. So you will start with Mon école s'appelle, and you know these words. So mon école, my school. S'appelle is called, and then you will put the name of your school here. And then where is it located? Elle se situe à Dubai. It is located in Dubai. If you want to be more specific, where in Dubai, you can just add it after. À Dubai, à Al Barsha, for example. Okay? So these 6 boxes, you need to use them in your French recordings. Now, all the vocabulary related to school subjects, clothes, colors, jobs, describing a teacher's personality, all of this vocabulary, you can find it in your French lessons. And these lessons, they are all on Microsoft Teams. Okay, so if you forgot about how to say geography, go back to our first lesson and you will find the words. Remember to also use Quizlet. This is really useful. Okay, so now that you've created your sentences, you will need to check your sentences against these checklists. Okay, so these are the ones found on the PDF document. Just have a look. If you've done it, you tick it, and then you check the next one. If you've done it, you tick it. If you haven't done it, well, go back in your sentences, add what's missing, and then you can check again and tick it. Okay, this is a very important step for you to make sure that you can get the full mark when we as teachers check your work. Once you're done with creating your sentences, the fun bit can finally start. You will create your video and record yourself reading your sentences. So remember, the format is not important. You can use, as I'm showing you here, you can use PowerPoint and then put pictures in your recordings. You can use a movie creator or a movie animation creator online. Everything is on the PDF document. I've given you some ideas. So the format doesn't matter, but what really matters is that you record yourself reading the sentences in French. It is a speaking task. We're going to assess you on your speaking, your French speaking, so your pronunciation, and then your fluency, how confident you sound. We're going to look at that mostly. So make sure that in the project that you share with us, you have some sentences that you pronounce yourself, okay? Good. So once you have your sentences, this is where you're going to spend most of your time, is to create your final video, your final project. Lots of options for you, just pick the one that you prefer. Step 5, that's the last one. You will share your project with us. So myself, Miss Asma, or Mr. Kevin will tell you on Microsoft Teams where we want you to submit your work. So just look out for your French teacher's message. If you're not sure, you can send them a message on Teams also. But the one thing that is compulsory is when you share your folder, your project with us, whether by email or on Teams, just make sure that you mention your full name and your class. So for us, it's easier to know who submitted the work and who didn't. So if you send an email, make sure that you say, bonjour, this is blah, 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 and I'm in class 7, blah, blah, blah. Okay, just so we know and we can double check quickly. The deadline, as you can see from the PDF document, is Sunday, June 21st. So as I was saying, you have 2 weeks to create this project. So don't rush it. Take your time. Do something very creative. The Year 6 did something similar a few weeks back, and they created amazing videos. So I can only imagine that you in Year 7 can create even more fantastic projects. Okay, so take your time, do something beautiful, creative, fantastic. We cannot wait to see all of your projects. So make us all proud, Year 7. I wish you good luck for these 2 lessons, and if you have any questions, just reach out to us. We are here to help you. Merci beaucoup, Year 7. Au revoir.